It's one. It's one. A lot more to come. Shout out our fans. Absolutely incredible. Thank you guys for showing up, showing love to all my teammates. We appreciate you. More to come.
The Chicago Sky just learned a painful lesson. Don't make Caitlin Clark wait 7 months to play basketball. After her longest break from organized play, Clark...
They're going to make this rivalry come back, this manufactured rivalry, which, by the way, you guys, the Indiana Fever beat the Sky by nearly 40 points. They won 93-58.
The regular season is here, and we have no more time for flirting, folks. We have no more time. It's time to get serious about our business. And Caitlin Clark handled her business game 1. 20, 10, and 10. 20, 10, and 10. Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever, what did the kids say? Belt to ass? Oh yeah. La cucaracha, la cucaracha. Indiana Fever destroy, obliterate, run out of the gym the Chicago Sky. 93-58.
Does it feel like it's been an eternity since you played a game that counted, or does it feel now that it's gone by fast?
It feels like it's gone by fast, yeah. Which I didn't know going into the offseason of how exactly it would feel. I feel like just yesterday it was January and I was itching for like this first game. I was like thinking about this moment, and I mean, you think it will take a long time to get there, but it doesn't. If you just, stay consistent in what you do and follow your routines and, you stay busy, it comes pretty fast. But yeah, it didn't feel slow. I feel like this moment has raced up on us. I'm excited to play, excited to get out there and play. I think it's different when it's the first one of the season. Like, you just are really amped up to get out there. A little anxiousness, but nothing I haven't experienced before. I think more than anything, just excited. I think once you eventually get in the building and you get here and you get in your routine of preparing for the game, you're pretty locked in. And honestly, I'm ready to go play right now. Forget warm-ups. Rivalry is great for sport. Like, I understand that. I grew up loving rivalries. Like, I grew up in Iowa State. That's like a pro matchup in the state of Iowa. Like, I understand that. Or whether it was my high school team, like, I still hate our rival high school, Valley High School. Sorry, I'm sure there's a lot of people from Valley High School that love me and support me now. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you guys, but I wasn't your biggest fan. I didn't like the Tigers growing up. So my parents, my grandfather was the football coach growing up, and Valley was our biggest rival. It was the biggest class in Iowa. And I was taught to, growing up, if we were driving by the high school, to hold my breath because I couldn't breathe that air.
The second half wasn't about whether the Fever would win. That was already decided. The second half was about history. Could Clark sustain her remarkable all-around game? The answer came in the fourth quarter when she secured her 10th rebound, completing a triple-double with 20 points and 10 assists already in hand.
More than anything, like, as a player, you approach the game the same every single time, or you should. That's how you should approach every single game. You prepare the same way. You come ready to play, whether it's the team that's last in the league or the team that's first in the league. It doesn't matter. I think for the fans, it's great. They love it. And Chicago is the closest team to us. We bus there usually, so I get it geographically. But I think for our team and our group, it's we prepare the same way every single game. But I expect today to be an awesome game.
All right, y'all. Hey, good stuff. Okay, we did a lot of really good things. I thought our defense was really good, and when we had lapses, we played through possessions. All right, so we made things happen. Y'all, overall, just hell of an effort. 4 quarters under 20, holding the team under 20%.
Yeah, Fever Girl!
Yeah!
Fever Girl!
Barely. Steph said it. We were relentless. We played through possessions, but that physicality and that relentlessness, possession after possession, wears on a team. Yeah. And then that was the entire game. They were feeling us every cut. We were talking, we were communicating, we were flying around, deflections.
The numbers tell the shocking story of Chicago's offensive meltdown. The Sky shot an abysmal 29.1% from the field. Their three-point
Clark in transition. Clark, oh, what a look. And Hole lays it in.
Essentially, Angel Reese gets the ball. Caitlin Clark goes over, does a hard foul, commits a hard foul on Angel Reese. She falls to the ground. After that, Angel Reese gets up. She's feeling super spicy. She's charging at Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark is walking away. Aaliyah Boston steps in and kind of stops Angel Reese. Courtney Vandersloot also steps in.
Clark attempted what she later called a simple take foul to stop an easy layup from Angel Reese. Nothing crazy, just a standard basketball play to prevent an easy 2 points. But the officials saw it differently. They went to the monitor, reviewed the play, and upgraded it to a flagrant foul, a decision that immediately sparked controversy among fans, commentators, and even players on the court.
We wanted to open out the season, start off the season, letting everybody know this is a new team, and we have one goal. Did we play our best game today? I would say we didn't. The fact that we didn't play our best game and we still destroyed the Chicago Sky, gotta feel good about that. No Sophie Cunningham in the lineup. Arguably the first person coming off the bench for us, not arguably, most likely the first person coming off the bench for us. No Sophie Cunningham, and we destroyed the Chicago Sky.
Let's look at these box scores really quick. So Aaliyah Boston, 19 points, 13 rebounds. DB, 7 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. So DeWanna Bonner also just moved up to number 3 on the WNBA's all-time leading scorers list. And that was actually probably my favorite part of the entire game. Like, that was such a cool moment. She stayed in a little bit later in the fourth quarter when they didn't need her anymore. They were up 30 points, but I was so happy that she got that moment. She hit 2 clutch free throws. Now she is number 3. That's such a huge accomplishment, and I'm glad that DB is getting her flowers. Natasha Howard, 15 points, 5 rebounds. Kelsey Mitchell, 15 points. Caitlin Clark recorded a triple-double, 20 points, 10 assists, and 10 rebounds.
We were disruptive. I thought we came with a level of physicality. Anytime you can keep a team in this league to under 20 points in quarters, that's important. They didn't get a lot of clean catch and looks. Look, it wasn't perfect, but we played through our deficiencies. We played through our lapses in coverage. We played through mismatches, and we played with multiple levels of effort, and that's what it takes.
The Chicago Sky just learned a painful lesson. Don't make Caitlin Clark wait 7 months to play basketball. After her longest break from organized play, Clark unleashed a historic triple-double that's never been accomplished in a WNBA season. Opener, leading the Fever to a massive 35-point victory. They won 93-58. The Sky had no answer for Clark's brilliance, Boston's dominance inside, or the Fever's suffocating defense that held Chicago to an abysmal 29% shooting. Angel Reese might have grabbed 17 rebounds, but her and her team's performance was an absolute disaster from start to finish. The Fever didn't just win, they announced their arrival as contenders. We'll break down how Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever put Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky in their place on opening night. If you're rocking with the Fever, comment baby goat over baby giraffe down below. Let's go. The regular season is here, and we have no more time for flirting, folks. It's time to get serious about our business, and Caitlin Clark handled her business. Game 1, 21-10-10. Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever. What did the kids say? Belt to ass. Indiana Fever destroyed, obliterated, run out of the gym, the Chicago Sky. 93-58, 7 months. That's how long Caitlin Clark had to sit and wait. 7 months since her last professional basketball game. 7 months of hearing critics question whether she could improve in year 2 after her spectacular rookie season. 7 months of Angel Reese running her mouth to anyone who would listen. Think about what that wait must have felt like for someone who's played basketball her entire life. The offseason dragged on while questions mounted about Clark's game. Could she adjust to the physicality? Would she cut down on turnovers? And most importantly, could she lift the Fever to contender status? From the opening minutes, you could see something different about Clark. Gone was the hesitation that sometimes plagued her rookie season. No more second guessing or overthinking. She played with a freedom we hadn't seen since her Iowa days, like she was back in college, dominating everything in sight. Her first three-pointer splashed through the net. Clean, pure, confident. Then came the no-look passes that left defenders frozen. The rebound she snatched away from players much taller. The defensive stops that nobody expected from her. This wasn't just Caitlin Clark playing well. This was Caitlin Clark sending a message. By halftime, the Fever led by 19 points. Clark was already flirting with history. 7 points, 6 rebounds, and 7 assists during the half. What started as a highly anticipated matchup had transformed into a statement performance that answered every question about Clark's ability to impact the professional game. The tension that had been building between Clark and Reese finally boiled over with just under 2 minutes left in the third quarter. In a moment you'll see replayed 1,000 times this season. And Angel Reese gets the ball. Caitlin Clark goes over, commits a hard foul on Angel Reese. She falls to the ground. Clark attempted what she later called a simple take foul to stop an easy layup from Angel Reese. Nothing crazy, just a standard basketball play to prevent an easy 2 points. But the officials saw it differently. They went to the monitor, reviewed the play, and upgraded it to a flagrant foul, a decision that immediately sparked controversy among fans, commentators, and even players on the court. After that, Angel Reese gets up feeling super spicy. She's charging at Caitlin Clark. But here's the thing, when you really watch the replay, something feels off. Angel came charging in like she wanted smoke, like she was ready to throw down. But if she really wanted to confront Caitlin, what was stopping her? Nothing. That reaction, the body language, it felt forced, like she was putting on a performance. Fake tough, fake angry. Clark is simply walking away to de-escalate while Reese keeps talking. Aaliyah Boston rushed to Clark's defense, getting right in the middle of the situation. The officials handed out technical fouls to both Reese and Boston. So now the big question is, was that fire from Reese real or just for show? Here's where it gets interesting. The Fever didn't just defend Clark verbally, they responded on the scoreboard. After that flagrant foul call, Indiana went on a devastating 12-2 run that absolutely broke the game wide open. It was like the confrontation flipped the switch, and the Fever played with even more intensity. The nasty back-to-back quarters with 13 points for Chicago. Couldn't even get a quarter over 18 points. Oh, Chicago Sky, I had you overrated. Oh, how I overestimated what I would see from the Chicago Sky. The Indiana Fever took care of business today. The second half wasn't about whether the Fever would win. That was already decided. The second half was about history. Could Clark sustain her remarkable all-around game? The answer came in the fourth quarter when she secured her 10th rebound, completing a triple-double with 20 points and 10 assists already in hand. No player in WNBA history had ever recorded a triple-double in a season opener. Not Diana Taurasi, not Candace Parker, not Sue Bird. Caitlin Clark did what none of them could do, and she did it in her first game of her second season. As Clark orchestrated the offense with precision passing and timely scoring, the message became crystal clear. The 7-month wait hadn't dulled her skills. It had sharpened her hunger. She wasn't just back, she was better. And for Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky, that spelled absolute disaster. And let's be honest, from that moment on, Angel Reese disappeared. Her impact on the game gone. Caitlin, she was in her zone. It's like Clark didn't just eat the foul, she took over the moment mentally and physically. Here's where everyone got it wrong. While we all expected Caitlin Clark to light up the scoreboard, nobody saw the Fever transforming into a defensive monster overnight. Chicago's players stepped onto the court thinking they were ready for a shootout. Instead, they walked straight into a nightmare. Overall, just hell of an effort. Coach White said, from the opening tip, the Fever swarmed the Sky like they had 6 defenders on the court. Every shot contested, every passing lane clogged, every drive met with multiple defenders. Chicago players couldn't find any rhythm or space to operate. They looked completely lost. 4 quarters under 20 points. Holding the team under 60 points. Steph said it, we were relentless. We played through possessions. That physicality and That relentlessness, possession after possession, wears on a team. They were feeling us every cut. We were talking, we were communicating. We were flying around, deflections. At the center of this defensive masterclass stood Aaliyah Boston. She dominated the paint with 5 blocks, tying her career high. What she did to Camila Cardoso, her former South Carolina teammate, was almost unfair. The 6'7" Sky Center looked completely overwhelmed, unable to establish any presence inside against Boston's perfect positioning and timing. Boston didn't just defend, she intimidated, altering countless shots that don't show up in the box score. The numbers tell the shocking story of Chicago's offensive meltdown. The Sky shot an abysmal 29.1% from the field. Their three-point shooting was even worse at 22.2%. They couldn't buy a basket. Even Chicago's supposed strengths disappeared completely. Remember Lexie Hull, the player Fever fans love for her grit and hustle. She turned into a defensive menace off the bench. 9 points, 9 rebounds, and endless hustle plays had the crowd chanting her name. Hull threw her body around for loose balls, fought through screens, and disrupted Chicago's offense with pure determination. Why couldn't the Sky hit shots despite Reese's rebounding? The Fever's coordinated defensive effort forced Chicago into tough shots all night. Boston and Clark combined for 9 blocks. The Fever didn't just defend individually, they communicated, rotated, and helped each other perfectly. By the fourth quarter, Chicago looked completely broken. They turned the ball over 17 times, many unforced simply because of the pressure. But amid all the drama between Clark and Reese, something truly historic happened that didn't get nearly enough attention. Dana Bonner hit 2 free throws that moved her into 3rd place on the WNBA's all-time scoring list. Think about that. While everyone focused on the rivalry, a legitimate legend was quietly making history right before our eyes. The 2nd free throw to pass her, and Dana Bonner sits alone in 3rd place. The contrast couldn't be more stark. While social media exploded with Clark-Reese rivalry clips, the Fever celebrated Bonner's incredible achievement as a team. The way they rallied around her showed their growing chemistry and respect for the game's history. That right there tells you everything you need to know about the difference between Clark and Reese. One player tried to make it personal, the other made it about the team and made history in the process. When that final buzzer sounded showing a 35-point blowout, social media absolutely exploded. Fans couldn't believe what they just witnessed. The Fever didn't just win, they demolished the Sky in every possible way. Twitter flooded with clips of Clark's no-look passes and Boston's blocks that sent Sky players' shots into the 3rd row. The supposed rivalry turned into a one-sided beatdown that nobody saw coming. Looking at the box score, Aaliyah Boston had 19 points, 13 rebounds. Dana Bonner 7 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, moving to number 3 all-time. Natasha Howard 15 points, 5 rebounds. Kelsey Mitchell 15 points. Caitlin Clark recorded that historic triple-double, 20 points, 10 assists, and 10 rebounds, plus the 4 blocks and 2 steals. Clark's post-game press conference showed exactly why fans love her. No trash talk, no fuel for the rivalry narrative. Instead, she focused on what actually mattered. "I thought we were disruptive," she said, highlighting the team's defensive improvements. She made sure to praise Dana Bonner's historic achievement, calling her the strongest voice in their locker room. "We played with multiple levels of effort, and that's what it takes." Inside the Fever locker room, cameras captured the pure joy that had been building for 7 months. Veterans embraced rookies. Coach White delivered an emotional speech about setting a new standard for the team. This wasn't just happiness after winning a game. This was a team realizing they could be something special. DB, congratulations. CC, triple-double. AB, double-double. Meanwhile, Chicago's post-game scene couldn't have been more different. Angel Reese kept her comments about the flagrant foul brief, simply saying, "Basketball play. Refs got it right. Let's move on." Ada, her teammates looked completely shell-shocked by the margin of defeat, struggling to explain how a supposed statement game turned into such a disaster. Clark herself seemed to understand the team was still building. "I think we're still finding our chemistry together," she admitted. "But I mean, we just have so many weapons, and that's what's so fun." That statement might terrify the rest of the league. The Fever won by 35 while still developing their chemistry. Clark added, appreciate how we came out here and really played and competed tonight. But also, I felt like, I know we put up 93 points and still won by 30, but I felt like there was a lot of ways for us to still improve. This wasn't a team hoping to improve anymore. This was a team that now expected to win. The Indiana Fever weren't just back. They had arrived as legitimate contenders, and Angel, Reese, and the Chicago Sky, they were just the first victims in what could be a special season in Indiana. The Fever didn't just win a game, they announced their arrival as contenders to the entire WNBA, a historic 135-point victory that featured Clark's never-before-seen triple-double in a season opener, Boston's shot blocking clinic, and a defense. That made Chicago look completely lost. Angel, Reese, and the Sky walked away with nothing but questions and a brutal defeat. All those trash-talking comments now seem hollow after getting thoroughly outplayed in every aspect of the game. The 7-month wait is officially over. The Indiana Fever are back and are better than ever. This wasn't just an opening night win. This was the first chapter of what looks like the most exciting season in Fever history.